Today's mini insight is called Resistance and Recovery. Resistance and Recovery. We were going for a little bit of a trip down the Truckee River to do some tubing, and we got this $4 tube for myself and another person in the group, and other people were on various different kinds of what I consider to be inappropriate things for going down this rafting river. When we got to the spot where we were getting in and I saw how fast the current was moving, I just said, this has disaster written all over it. So when I got into the tube, I asked my very dear friend who always knows better and has good information. He said, just keep your butt up and your feet out, and if you hit a rock, push yourself away from it. And off we went. And a part of me just went, this is so not going to work. And before we even got through the first series of rocks, my butt several times hit the hard rock underneath me, and I couldn't quite get my hands right, and I was banging them up on rocks, and everybody else was having a wonderful time, and I was in resistance to what we were doing. And we just kept going and going, and a few times the raft turned upside down, the little tube that I was on, and at a particular point I just went, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore. And I picked up my little rubber tube and I went off on my own to walk back by myself. And as I was doing this, a part of me went, you're in deep resistance here. And the walk itself was almost more treacherous than being in the water, and everybody else was laughing and having a good time. And so something happened where a shift happened in my consciousness. And I decided, well, if this is what we're doing, even though it might not work out great, I'm going to go with the flow of what is. And I got back on my little rubber tube again, and I went down the river without the resistance, smiling and laughing and enjoying what was before something very difficult for me. And I even figured out how to get my butt off the ground at the right moment. Many incredible things happened that day. Many things went wrong that day, but I stayed in the flow of what everybody was doing and what I was doing myself, and I let go of the resistance. When we were sitting having our talk at dinner, talking about what a great memory this was and how many things went wrong that day, but how many things went right and how much we all enjoyed it, a friend looked at me and said, I want you to know, I noticed your recovery and how clean it was, and how you'd completely broken from the resistance and came right back and joined us. What a wonderful lesson that is for us in our own life when we find ourselves flowing down the river of something that we don't like, and we get bumped and bruised, and a part of us wants to get out and go the other way. But this is the way, the truth and the light of what we're doing in that moment. The Buddha said it this way: it doesn't matter how often you forget, or even how often you're in resistance, only how soon you remember again. So I invite you, with wherever you find yourself tubing down the river of your life today, to let go of the resistance and flow with it and enjoy the moment that you're in. You'll find yourself getting to the end and having a great memory to share with other people. Enjoy your practice. Namaste.